Hey, what's going on, YouTube? DJ here with Two Raw Gaming, bringing you another video. All right, so let's. This is gonna be a video. This is gonna be a video because of differing opinions on the matter. So I want to start by saying, before we get into the meat and potatoes of the video, I want to start by saying this: I in no way, shape, or form support hackers. I don't support people hacking any kind of movie studio, video game studio, personal information. I don't support any of that bullshit. I think it's fucked up. I don't think it should happen ever. But that being said, what I don't agree with that comes with all that's been happening, and I'm going to start referring to the Insomniac hacks, and I'll also kind of get in a little bit into the Suicide Squad hacks towards the end as well. But what I don't necessarily like about what's going on right now, like with the hacks and everything like that, are people out here trying to pretty much act like anyone that downloaded the Wolverine alpha build or whatever, pre-alpha build, whatever they're calling it, acting like these people are terrible people that support hackers, because that's not the way it should be viewed. That's not the way that I view it, at least. I view it as such as someone hacked Insomniac and Sony, which is, again, a terrible thing. However, those people that are downloading and installing and playing Wolverine at this moment, they're not terrible people, and I'm going to tell you why. If you ever say that you've never illegally downloaded a movie, music, a video game, ROMs, guys, I'm pretty sure everyone has played a ROM before. I'm pretty sure everyone has used uTorrent or LiveWire or LimeWire, whatever the fuck it's called. I'm pretty sure you guys have all got some form of media through a torrent or an illegal way or whatever. I'm pretty sure nowadays, using websites such as VipBox and jailbroken Fire Sticks and all that, like, those are all the rage, right? That's you illegally stealing. Like, that's you taking someone's content and media that they've created and illegally getting it because you refuse to pay for it. So I just want to throw that out there. Stop calling these people bad people. They're not bad people. They're just curious. They just want to see how the game is and stuff like that. So to those people out there trying to shame those people for, like, downloading the game, like, shut the fuck up. You're no better than them. You're not better than them. It's just shut up. Anyways, let's get into these leaks. So if you guys have been living under a bridge or, like, in hell or something, I don't know, that's not on Earth, in another fucking universe, in the multiverse or whatever, you would have known that, of course, Sony and Insomniac were hacked this past week. Whoever hacked them asked for $2 million, and Sony refused to pay up, and so the guy, hacked them and leaked all information for Insomniac employees and all that, which I think is completely fucked up to just shoot out people's personal information. So, with those hacks, of course, came information on upcoming stuff through or that Insomniac is currently working on, and we're going to actually address those things right now, guys. So they have a list of games that they are working on that are and release dates, and I'll just go through them real quick before we get into the Wolverine stuff, and then of course some other stuff about the not canceled, but the Spider-Verse game that may or may not see the light of day, plus the X-Men stuff and some of the Spider-Man 2 DLC stuff, which I find also interesting. So for the games, we have Marvel Spider-Man Venom, If you guys know, when Spider-Man 1 came out, before they released Spider-Man 2, we had Spider-Man Miles Morales. So this is kind of that same buffer in between 2 and 3. That is supposed to drop fall 2025. We have Wolverine that drops in 2026. Spider-Man 3, which drops in 2028. There's like a bunch of rumors saying that that's going to be broken down into 2 parts. So Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 4, or Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 3.5, if the second half is like DLC or whatever. And apparently it's supposed to be like a $50 DLC. I don't know how true that is, but we'll find out. My belief is by the time Spider-Man 3 comes out, the PS6 will be out. So that's probably why the price on that will be higher, because every new console generation, we get higher prices for whatever reason. I personally don't think PS4 to PS5 warranted a price increase, because it's not that much of a difference, but it is what it is. A new Ratchet and Clank in fall of 2029. And then we have an X-Men title coming in 2030, and then a new IP in 2031 and 2032. Now, with me, I'm assuming, like I said, Spider-Man 3 will be on the PS6, which means I assume that new IP, with as late as it's coming out in 2032, if Sony sticks to the 5 to 7 year release, that title could also come out on the PS6 or PS7 or whatever Sony decides to drop at that point. But we'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to be old by then anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter. But out of all those games, I'll be honest with you, the ones that I'm very excited for are, of course, Wolverine, because he is my favorite Marvel character. Spider-Man 3, because I just love the Spider-Man series. And, of course, that X-Men game. Like, I'm a huge X-Men fan. It is my favorite superhero team. I love it more than I love the Justice League, and I definitely love it more than I love the Avengers. There are rumors that they have pitched a Avengers versus X-Men movie for Marvel Studios. I'm super excited if that actually happens. There's also people wanting James Gunn and Kevin Feige to work together to try to do a Justice League versus Avengers movie. I think that would be dope too, if those two could come to some kind of agreement and they get along. But anyways, I'm getting off track. So those are the new games. As far as that new IP goes, I think it's just probably just like another multiplayer Marvel game. It'll probably be like a combination of Spider-Man and the X-Men kind of together or whatever. Probably have like a face a bigger threat, like a multiversal threat, or not multiversal, but like a top end threat, kind of like Thanos is, right? Because Spider-Man, all he's faced are the street level threats. He's faced Venom. He's faced the Sinister 5 or 6 or whatever. The Sinister 6. I don't know why I said Sinister 5. Sinister 6. Lee. Miles had his Roxxon storyline going on, and then of course, like I said, we had Venom and stuff like that. And as far as Wolverine goes, I'm not completely sure on who the main villain is for that game, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably be street level as well. Nothing too like galactic or whatever. So I think that new IP will probably just be a multiplayer Marvel game to have like a bigger threat, kind of like Thanos was for the Avengers or whatever. But we'll see what that ends up being. Anyways, into the Wolverine game. So I kind of have like this little synopsis that I saw on, if guys, everything's all on Twitter. Unfortunately for the developers who worked in this game, I understand they put their time and effort and money and everything into this. Like, I feel bad for them, I really do, but at the same time, like, it's not like we as the consumers could have done anything to prevent it, Honestly, I don't even think there's anything Sony probably could have done to prevent it. If they would have paid the guy $2 million, he probably still, would have hacked them or whatever. So it's just a shitty situation all around. Again, I'm not calling anyone who downloaded the game a terrible person, because it just is what it is on that front. Like, me personally, I want to download the game. Let me rephrase that. I have downloaded the game. I have not installed the game because all the shit that's going on, and I don't know if I really want to install it and spoil myself, but we'll see. Anyway, so here is a kind of a synopsis, or not a synopsis, but it's kind of like a detailed walkthrough of what's going on at the beginning of the Wolverine game. It's kind of breaking it down, the tutorial part. So pretty much Logan's in a cabin. saying you have to interact with all these different things in the cabin before you can actually leave the cabin. And then you meet this guy named Walter. He's outside or whatever. You guys are talking, and you got to learn how to do parkour. You got to learn the traversal mechanics and stuff like that. Crouching, stealth. You're going to learn how to use Wolverine's senses as far as sniffing out like enemies and stuff like that. Kind of like how Spider-Man has his little, I wouldn't even call it like the Spidey sense. Well, I mean, the Spidey sense it activates when you press circle, right? Because you're trying to avoid the attacks. But like the R3 button that highlights the shit that's going around in the within the area of the mission or whatever. So that's pretty much all it's saying here. And then I have a screen that shows pretty much the next the timeline of the new games that are coming out. They did sign a deal through 2035, I believe it is, for X-Men content. Like they're not technically exclusive like for the X-Men content, but no other game studio that's doing Marvel games can promote the X-Men characters as like a reason to buy their game because Insomniac has that deal with Marvel. They have to reach like a certain threshold as far as sales and stuff like that goes in order to keep the deal alive. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Disney and Marvel can like pull out at any time, and I believe Sony will end up owing them money. It's weird, but if I'm not mistaken, that's what I read. As far as again Wolverine goes, locations for the game is Alaska, Avalon, Canada, Japan, and Madripoor. I'm really excited to visit those sections of the game, especially Japan and Madripoor. Madripoor, of course, is a huge location within the X-Men universe, so I'm super excited. We have, let's see. Okay, here's a story synopsis. It says, Marvel's Wolverine is a globe-hopping action thriller with an emotional story of revenge, love, and sacrifice. So, he's out for revenge, ladies and gentlemen. And, Wolverine is a fucking thug. Y'all seen Logan, bro. Like, Logan was probably... It's one of the best comic book fucking movies ever to be made. And like it captured Wolverine so great in that movie, and I love it so much. Hugh Jackman is just amazing as Wolverine. Anyways, I digress. It says so there's visceral combat, predator stealth, animalistic agility, and enhanced senses. It says the playtime for the game is 15 hours. It says GP plus optional content, so I'm guessing all around. For side missions and the actual story is 15 hours. If I'm not mistaken, the story for Spider-Man 2 is 15 hours. So this is probably going to end up being shorter than Spider-Man 2. So we'll just see. But yeah, so as far as like characters for the game, we have Leech. It says a younger mutant whom Jean cares for in a safe house. Jean, I'm guessing, is Jean Grey. I haven't seen anything of her being in the game, but I think she is. You know what? I'm lying, because I think I saw a picture of like the menu and it said something about Jean on there, but whatever. It says, let's see, character named Davina, leader of the mutant village in Madripoor. We have, of course, let's see. Leader of the mutant village in Madripoor. Here's a sample of a cinematically created. Yeah, okay, whatever. We have the guy that plays Wolverine. His name is Liam McIntyre. Kelly Hu will play Jesse Hohen or Tiger. Raven's wife and owner of the Princess Bar. Raven, of course, guys, being Mystique. Mystique is in the game. She has a wife in this game, but she's in the game. This is dope. I'm not a fan of Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique. I will say that right now. I think Jennifer Lawrence was like the worst thing about the First Class series, but it is what it is. Let's see. It says Nicole Pacent or Paxson, I don't know how to say her last name, will play Raven, aka Mystique, who assumes the identity of Bolivar Trask. So Bolivar Trask, the guy with the Sentinels. Oh my God. Okay, so I hadn't read that yet. If they are building this war, Wolverine into the X-Men universe. So like if this is just the start, if this is the start of a X-Men universe within the Earth 1048, which is where Spider-Man is located, right? So, okay, so what if this is building up to Trask Industries and a Days of Future Past type video game? That would be fucking dope. But they include Spider-Man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, that'd be dope. Like, I would be so down for that. I'm not even gonna front. So I hope that's the reason she wanted to assume Trask's identity, because other than that, like, I really don't see why she would want to become Trask in this, because it says she assumes the identity of him. So it's just she's hiding out and she's pretending to be him this whole time. Deborah Wilson, shout out to Deborah Wilson, bro. She is like in every video game right now, like every single video. I think she did Jedi Survivor, not last Jedi. It's Jedi Survivor and Jedi something. I can't remember the name of the other game. But anyway, she's in both of those. She is, I want to say she's the one playing Amanda Waller in the upcoming Suicide Squad game. Again, we'll talk about that in a little bit. And now, of course, she is in Wolverine. She's just getting that comic book video game money. And, you know, hey, shout out to her, bro. She'll play Callisto, matriarch of Jean's found family in Brooklyn. They keep saying Jean, like, is it Jean Grey? Because I haven't seen, like I said, I've seen the thing that says something about a Jean tutorial, but it didn't really say if it was Jean Grey. Let's see. Raphael Korkil will play Arkady Rosevich. Jonathan, I can't say this guy's name, will play Shiro Yoshida, a mutant freedom fighter in Tokyo. Dope. Can't fucking wait. Sabretooth is also in the game. I'm in my car right now, so if you guys just heard someone honk, you got some stupid people running around over here. Sabretooth is also in the game. So this game's gonna be awesome. I've seen the gameplay footage and all that. It looks dope to me. Like, people are out here complaining, oh, you know, it just looks like Spider-Man. Well, no fucking shit's gonna look like Spider-Man, guys. It's made by the same fucking people. Stop being assholes. But yeah, that shit looks dope as hell. So that's everything that I have on the Wolverine game. I want to start talking about, I mentioned earlier, Spider-Man 3 possibly being on next-gen consoles, because we're in current gen. This is no longer next-gen. Stop saying that. Next-gen consoles, which is like, not next-gen consoles, but next-gen console, which would be a PS6 or you know, PC, because there was hints at a PC build for not only Venom, but also Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, because Sony, of course, they do their exclusives on their consoles first, and they port them over to PC like a year later. So this says Spider-Man 3, target holiday 2027. Again, I'm assuming that's probably around the time that the PS6 will come out. It's now, this is where it gets tricky, because the chart that I'm looking at here kind of breaks it down. It says 2-part series. Holiday 2027 for part 1, and then holiday 2028 for part 2, and it says part 1 will cost $50 and part 2 will cost $50. I mean, I see a lot of people upset about that, but like, if they're spread out a year apart, I don't care, because it's the same thing as buying fucking DLC or like battle passes and stuff like that, and everyone fucking does that, so I don't care. But this is where it gets interesting. It says MP. In my head, MP means multiplayer, right? It says day and date with part 1, which means if that means a multiplayer is coming to Spider-Man 3, which, by the way, and this all comes back to Spider-Man 2 DLC, which I'm going to get into. This will probably be the multiplayer that was leaked and that everyone has been wanting since the leak, since the hack happened at the beginning of the week. And that's the Spider-Verse Grand Theft Auto like online multiplayer, guys. And if that is the case, like it says it's also going to be $50. I don't care if it's $50. If you guys have seen that leak, like, you'll understand why, like, you won't care that it's $50 when it's time for that game to come out, because it just looks amazing. It showed character customization for like creating your own Spider-Person. It has mock-ups of Spider-Gwen. You could change like the faces. It says Spider-Man meets GTA. I'm looking at it right now. I have to find it and pull it up. It just has a whole bunch of concept art here for that game, and like, it just looks dope. Look, it's a sample roadmap, individual theme seasons quarterly across a year, and they're based off comic books. So it has a season 1, which is January, February, March. It's Venom's Venomous Volition. Issue 2, which would be season 2, would be Mysterio themed. Season 3 would be Lizard themed, and then season 4 would be Null themed, which of course Null is like the god of the symbiotes. It says free seasonally themed battle pass, and then of course you have your exclusive battle pass. Archetypes you have, it says other unnamed. It says define your origin, costume, and powers. Spider-Man archetype, which is Peter Parker. It says intelligent and brave, humorous facade with an overwhelming sense of responsibility, a sense for impending danger. Ghost Spider or Gwen Stacy archetype, free spirit with a knack for detective work, creative, protective, and agile, team player who strives for justice. Spider Girl, Anya Corazon, skilled gymnast and promising science student, dynamic, stealthy, and resourceful, tough outer shell. And then Spider-Man 2099, which is Miguel O'Hara, and that's actually cut off, so I can't really read the rest of that. That's dope, bro. Like, we already had The Last of Us multiplayer canceled, bro. Like, I need this multiplayer to be a real thing. I need it to be a real thing, guys. $150 over, like, okay, so if it drops with part 1, then you're paying $100 up front. Whatever, nigga. I don't care. I want that game. I will totally, like, be fine with that game. Bro, look. Look, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm just looking at the leaks again right now. The pictures of it and stuff. So, oh no, I just lost it. I don't know what just, okay, let me back out of this real quick so I can pull this up for you guys. All right. So, like, concept art, like, there's pictures of the Spider people fighting Mysterio, Venom, just ganging up on Venom, like skill challenges, turf battles, grape web raids, like co-op raids and stuff like that. Like, guys, this game just sounds like it would be one of the best superhero comic book type of games just ever made. So I really think when Spider-Man 3 drops, we'll get that. And here's the reason why. So the Spider-Man 2 DLC, guys, the very last DLC for that game, apparently it's supposed to be Spider-Verse theme. Okay? So it's supposed to, so here's how it's supposed to drop. It says glorious sites. It says PlayStation Plus exclusive. And then you have the digital deluxe edition. It says Beetle Infestation is supposed to be the first DLC. And then we have Extreme Carnage, and then Spider-Verse Anomaly, guys. I think this Spider-Verse Anomaly DLC is going to be held as the last DLC so it can lead into Spider-Man 3. That is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to lead into Spider-Man 3, and then from there, it's going to lead into the whole multiplayer, and I think the multiplayer will probably have its own little story going on, or that can continue from the campaign into the multiplayer, which, it's just so many possibilities. And then on top of that, you have the new IP coming in 2032, which I'm, again, because I think by the time Spider-Man 3 is done, I think they'll just focus on the Spider-Man 3 multiplayer instead of doing like a Spider-Man 4. The trilogy will be complete, and then they'll be focusing on X-Men, and then you have the new IP that can build into a huge type of thing for that. This video is long, I know, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have some kind of gameplay going in the background, probably Spider-Man 2, I don't know yet, but yeah, guys, so huge stuff coming from Insomniac. Again, I feel bad for them, but I'm super excited for their future plans. Like super excited. They did put out a post release about Wolverine. You know, they're still on track with making that game. I'm so excited for that game to come out. Like, these leaks did not ruin it for me. It just got me more hype for everything, especially, like I said, the Spider-Man side of things with that multiplayer game, if it comes out. So, yeah. That's it for the Insomniac stuff. I kind of want to touch on the Suicide Squad stuff just real quick. So there's a lot of people online, you know, they're going back and forth. They're arguing over Suicide Squad this, Suicide Squad that. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Look, all I can tell you guys is I played it. I like it. I intend on buying it day one. I'm going to play it no matter what. Do I necessarily agree with the way that Rocksteady has taken their approach to the Arkhamverse past Arkham Knight? Not really. I'm a huge Batman fan. Batman is my favorite superhero. I do believe we should have got a Justice League game before we got this game, but it is what it is. As far as the leaks go for that game, again, yes, I've heard, like I said, I've read the leaks. I was mad about the leaks. I saw when the guy posted, like, oh, you know, like, I got it out of context. I immediately saw it. I decided not to share it or anything like that. It was just whatever at that point. There's some stuff within those leaks that, yes, some of the insiders Coop stuff has kind of confirmed, and it's like, okay, whatever. Some stuff I just don't agree with, but there's a lot of stuff that they've been showing off for that game that I totally agree with. And if you can't, like, back them on that, and you just want to sit there and be an asshole to them over them making choices that you don't like as a consumer, like, just don't buy the fucking game. You don't have to sit here and bash the devs or anything like that, or send death threats or whatever the fuck you're doing. You don't have to do any of that bullshit. Just don't buy the goddamn game. If you don't like something, don't fucking purchase it. It's as simple as that. Stop being assholes, guys. That's it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.
I'm sorry. Harry? Pete? Go! Hang on!
Was that?
Yeah. Hang on. Okay, we gotta talk.
We sure do. Spider-Man?
I know. But first, what are those things coming out of you?
I think it's my treatment. Dr. Connors said it's some kind of self-learning exosuit, but I had no idea it could... Wait. You know what this means, right? We both have superpowers. Just think about all the stuff we could do to heal the world! Sorry. I guess I still gotta figure out how this thing works.
Well, it's a real shame neither of us has a state-of-the-art science lab to run some tests.
I'll go make sure the coast is clear. Meet you there?
Give me a call when you're ready.